Welcome everyone, Joe with ECRM at our Convenience and Impulse sessions in Orlando. And with me is Rosemary from Vesta Global, who's here with some really interesting products. Not only that, we grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same junior high school. So I just learned that today.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your company and your line of products.
Well, my company, Vesta Global, is a line of novelty toy candies that we also happen to have the licensing for Nickelodeon. So all of the top characters like SpongeBob, Dora, the Miraculous toys, and Ninja Turtles, all of those top characters are included, and we put together, like I said before, the best characters along with candy. So it's an impulse line. It's the best way for stores to get multiple sales. They just put it out, and they do very, very well with the items. Also, along with that, we also have a private label brand of cookies, crackers, and confectionery items. We also have partnerships with factories in Turkey and in India. So we're not only the suppliers, but we are the manufacturers. So we're also able to offer customers the best value and the best products directly.
Cool. And then one of the things that you had is something that really grabbed my attention. And I think it's something that if any kid walked by, it would stop them in their tracks. Could you talk about that display?
Yes, it's actually our novelty toy candy display, and this is 160 pieces of toys that not only include candy, but they're also great toys that really develop their motor skills. So it becomes a very great item for kids to just pick up and also really entertain themselves for a while.
And that's really cool also, because we also have a toy and learning session, and STEM type toys are incredibly popular for that exact reason. Can you take us through what are some of the things or the ways it helps them develop their motor skills?
Yes, it's like they either have turns, they actually have to turn little knobs, or they have to press buttons, or they see that if they hold it a certain way, it will change. Either the little faces will change, or they'll just spin the wheels. So it really helps them develop those little motor skills that they have in their hands.
Gotcha. They're really cool. And again, it's something that as soon as I was walking into the Discovery Hub, it just grabbed my attention. It's a really nice setup. So now you've been to a few ECRM sessions, and I happened to listen in on one of your meetings. I love your approach with the buyers and your approach to the meetings. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with ECRM and some of your thoughts on how you approach the buyer meetings?
Absolutely. It's like recently we've been fortunate to be part of the Halloween and also the Opportunity Show. And like you said, now we're here. And what we find is that we definitely need to be patient, and we definitely need to make sure that we are asking the right questions. A lot of times we feel that we have to say yes to everything, or be afraid to ask the buyer the question, would this be of interest to you at this time? And a lot of times that simple question is this a fit for your company? And they'll stop and they'll answer, and they'll say, you know what, Rosemary, maybe not now, but maybe within 6 months, or maybe not this year. But because of your impulse items, we do have promotions that we do 4 times a year that we could possibly put you in. But I think the best thing that I have learned is not to be afraid to ask that, those simple questions.
It's a great kind of closing question.
Yes.
Because what really impressed me was the fact that in asking that question, you learned some things that there was no other way for you to know about.
Exactly. You're
Right.
so right.
I think one retailer you mentioned had that promo thing you do quarterly or something.
Yes, there was a retailer that they said, your products are great, but we're done for 2025. So we were like, okay, so what is it else that we could do? And then they said, but we do have a promotion that we do, and it starts from Memorial to Labor Day. We have a 100-day promo that we could possibly put you in as an in and out kind of thing, and that would definitely help us get your products in this year, and then we shall see for next year what we could do. But a lot of times, like I said, it's persistence. It's keeping the thread going in that ECRM email. That's very important too, by the way. It's like if we keep that subject, met you at ECRM or ECRM follow-up, we tend to see that customers will respond to those emails and just keep on going until they say, you know what, we're not interested, and then we see. But for me, I feel that we have to do these trade shows at least, or these sessions at least 2 to 3 times until we really start building a base and a relationship with these buyers that eventually will hopefully develop into business.
And you're in the process right now of
Yes.
working with some of them from the Halloween candy.
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about, you mentioned you gotta have patience. Can you talk a little bit about the timeline of
Yes.
from the meeting to where you're at now, without naming a retailer?
Absolutely. It's like, that's exactly. We took very good notes. Sometimes you have to take the time. I know that we only have 10 minutes, so it's very hard, but just key words that will help you remember what the buyers were looking for. And after that, within a week, follow up with an email. They'll let you know. As we know, this was right before the holidays, so everybody was trying to tie up loose ends before everybody would go and get into the new year. After the new year, keep on following up with emails and just sending the samples that they're asking for, making sure they're receiving the samples, always giving a reason to keep following up.
And then there's multiple steps that are involved from that. You're sending the samples, but then they may request more samples, or there's forms to fill out.
And what I feel is that one of the key things is that have a goal. So our goal from the Halloween meetings was to have a follow-up meeting, a follow-up phone call. And we have developed this type of calendar where all we want is to set up another call, and that is key because that's when they'll give us the 30 minutes, the 40 minutes to describe to us what they're looking for, what kind of products they want, price points, what is entailed to become a vendor. Sometimes you have to ask, is it a simple procedure? I had one of our potential customers tell us, guys, you're not gonna get this in a week. It's gonna take at least a month. So don't think just because it's not happening, it is happening. It's just slower on our side to get you to become a vendor of ours. So when we are ready to place an order, everything's already in place and you're able to proceed.
Gotcha, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on the buyer's end. I
Yes.
mean, if they're gonna put you in a planogram, they're taking somebody out.
Yes.
So there's a lot involved on that end. There's a lot of distribution things, technology. They gotta get you in the system, make sure everything's correctly in the system the right way. So there's just a lot of steps around. So it's important to have patience and to just keep at it. And I know you're doing that. So, congratulations on those great meetings that you had. And wish you the best of luck with the rest of this one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Queens. Thank you. Yes, I truly believe in this. It's like if you follow the process and make sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to, it does help. It does, and you do get yourself in a lot of these customers, but you just gotta be persistent and you gotta be patient.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.